Welcome to Winnipeg is All Elite. Take it away, Connor.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We are here for our AEW Dynamite live reaction. Tonight, as Chris said, they're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the hometown of Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. We haven't seen Kenny Omega in a little while, so especially after last Wednesday's ending, it's going to be interesting to see what Kenny Omega does on the show tonight. If you guys did not watch Dynamite last week, well, you're probably seeing it now.
Unfortunately, I'm not cleared to leave Jacksonville, Florida, due to the actions of AEW's executive.
Oh, dang it.
So, as I was saying, if you guys didn't down last week, you guys know that Jack Perry and the Elite attacked Tony Khan. So, obviously, storyline. Tony Khan is there, obviously, but storyline-wise, he is not. But we have, they mentioned in the EVPs, but Kenny Omega is also an EVP, so it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with that.
Well, what's going on here, Randy Connor? Because my Hulu is having some technical difficulties on the trying to get Dynamite up and running.
Right now, Swerve's coming out.
Okay. Well, until this has our sometimes my Hulu Live TV can go at it for the first few minutes, and then they go completely off for about 5, maybe 10 minutes.
We were supposed to find out who the opponent is for Swerve Strickland, his second title defense. At Double or Nothing, we're fixing to learn who his opponent will be at Double or Nothing. But his first title defense was on Collision against Claudio Castagnoli. Swerve Strickland obviously won because he's still champion now, but that's what we're fixing to be finding out. Personally, if you guys watched AEW Canada, a lot of us said Christian Cage would be the perfect opponent for Swerve Strickland. I think one person said Jack Perry. I don't want to see Jack Perry really do anything, to be honest. But yeah, it should be an interesting show. We got, you guys can tell by the thumbnail, we got Brian Cage and Claudio Castagnoli. Unfortunately, Jericho versus Shibata. Mariah May and Serena Deeb. Kenny Omega's back tonight, as I said before.
Matches, 3 shows in 1 week. That is the type of champion that all elite wrestling deserves, and that is the type of champion that Swerve said he was always with me. Now, what All Elite Wrestling does not deserve are selfish, greedy, childish, power-hungry EVPs that think they can just
Yeah, it's
throw
gonna be
their
Jack
weight around
Perry.
and do whatever
That's
they
who's
want
gonna be his
without
first
any type of
opponent.
consequence. And I'm standing on my words from what I said last week. Whatever y'all did, that was a bitch move.
Davis, thanks for watching. Appreciate
That's gonna
you
be
tuning
handled
in.
at some point, but right now we getting down to business. Who's gonna be my opponent at Double or Nothing?
I still miss Christian
I don't know
Cage.
who it is. Winnipeg, y'all don't know who it is.
They're in
So
Canada.
whoever's
That
gonna
is the
be,
hometown of,
come
not the
present
hometown, but
yourself.
the country hometown
But
of
make
Christian
sure you wipe
Cage.
your feet before you step into whose house?
Oh, we got Adam Edge versus one of the members of House of Black tonight.
Hey, Swerve, how's it going? Congratulations.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
Jack
heavyweight
Perry.
champion. You deserve it. But guess who else is champs? Us. Hey, Swerve, we also wanted to drop by because, well, I mean, it feels like maybe the success has gotten a little in your head. The first time we hear from you after winning the big one, you badmouth your bosses, your EVPs on national television, using curse words, by the way. The network hated that. That's a fine. So maybe you need a little dose of humility, in my opinion. How do you do that? Well, how about we arrange the very best, perfect opponent for you at Double or Nothing? He happens to be one of the best Canadian pro wrestlers of all time. He's a former champion like all of us. And he's a guy who hasn't been around in a while, but I see him at the go position right now.
It's Christian Cage.
Hit his music, guys, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes,
I don't believe it.
it's Christian Cage. Yes. At least the EVP did something right out of all this. Christian Cage is back in All Elite Wrestling. We haven't seen him since he lost his TNT Championship against Edge for Adam Copeland. He's brought our Kill Switch, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne with him, and Motherline. Is it
Oh boy.
is your TV working for you now? I'm glad.
I'm gonna have to say I'm just gonna have to say it though. The Young Bucks are drunk with power.
Well, Rampage.
Well, I know what you're gonna say. It's a storyline. I get it.
Well, Kenny Omega is also an EVP. I don't know if it's going to be the GM because the Young Bucks is still EVP, so Kenny Omega is going to be on the night. So maybe the Young Bucks don't get to make all the decisions. Kenny Omega is an EVP too, so pretty sure he has the same privileges as them. Hopefully he does something. He does something about it. Oh, that sorry son of a bitch. Christian Cage coming for the AEW World Championship. Is your TV working for you now, Chris? Yes. Oh, Prince Nana gets knocked out. So I kill Switch.
Shows you the disadvantage that you are at when you go into a match against Christian Cage. Up and down. It's not a. Yeah, Nana doesn't need this. Oh no.
Well, Prince Nana's not going to be doing anything tonight. He's out
If
cold.
this is the challenge for Double or Nothing, if it's going to be Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage is drawing first blood. Big time. And you're right, Taz. Change the question when you think you got all the answers. Very well said.
Swerve, there's something you should know about me. I never forget. I haven't forgotten that some months ago
Wembley.
you broke into my son Nick Wayne's gym and you left him in a pool of his own blood. I haven't forgotten. Keep it down while I'm conducting my business.
Oh boy.
I haven't forgotten that at one time you and I were a tag team.
Wembley, yeah. Technically, they did team up.
At the biggest show in the
Last
history
year,
of this business,
it was
and you
Sting and Darby
lost.
versus Christian Cage and
You
Swerve, and
embarrassed me.
lost.
And I've been waiting for the right moment to make you answer for those mistakes, and you went and you won yourself the world championship.
Roy Isaac, this is awesome.
And it seems like there's no better time.
Sting will never be a GM. He said he wasn't interested in being an agent, a coach, or he doesn't want to do any of that. So it'll probably Omega. She's going to be going to AEW. It's been reported that she's signed with AEW.
I'm going to end your title reign before it even starts. I'm going to make sure you're a footnote in the history
Mother
of
Wayne.
AEW.
Wonder what she's going to do with all this.
Now, I heard your little speech last week, Swerve, when you talked about your path to the world title, how grueling it was, how you put every ounce of your being into it, to the point your daughter feels
Yeah,
like
you know,
she
since he's won the
doesn't
title,
even
it's
know you.
just been Prince Nana, but they're having Brian Cage in the. Obviously, I don't think Prince Nana will be with Brian Cage tonight.
When I'm finished
That's what we're
with
seeing
you,
here,
your
but
daughter's not gonna want to
in
know
that
you.
promotional graphic for Brian Cage and Claudio
But I can promise
Castagnoli,
you
they did
this,
have
your
Prince
daughter
Nana with
is gonna
Brian
have a
Cage, so
father
but we
that
don't
she
really
can be
see
proud of.
the Gates of Agony or Brian Cage interact with Story anymore. That's very weird.
Disgusting. He's the
Now,
worst.
Winnipeg, the same way the Colorado Avalanche walked into your house,
I'm getting a little NHL talk.
your championship dreams. I'm gonna walk into Swerve's house at Double or Nothing, and I'm gonna rip the AEW championship out of your hands. But Swerve, know this: the pain is just begun.
Oh, come on now.
Now what's he gonna do? Is he rip his hair out? What? He's gonna rip his hair out? He ripped his hair out. I've never seen that in wrestling before. Literally ripping someone's hair out.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Just ripping the. A depraved act.
Can't feel good. I wouldn't want to feel my hair being pulled out. It's official. Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage. We all talked about this last night on AZ Canada, and we all said, or me and Adam did, Christian Cage would be the perfect person. The story is there. Swerve Strickland's a champion. The hottest heel right now in the entire AEW roster is Christian Cage. MJF is the best heel of all time, but currently Christian Cage is the best heel. Swerve Strickland needs a really hot heel to give him a good story, a good match. Christian Cage can do that. He's still good in the ring. He's good on the mic. And to answer Nathaniel's question, is Cage winning versus Swerve? No. I think Swerve will probably retain the championship because he just won it. I don't see them taking the title off him that quick. But this feud match will elevate Swerve a lot because Christian Cage is a hot heel. He has a lot of momentum behind him. Two-time TNT champion. You know, coming off a very hot feud of Edge. And this could really elevate Swerve to another level. So I don't think Cage is winning versus Swerve, but it's going to be a very great match. I expect this to be a very great story and match at Double or Nothing. We also got House of Black. One of the members of House of Black will challenge Edge for the TNT Championship tonight. I expect it'll probably be Buddy or Brody. There's a big chance of that now. I don't think it's going to be Malachi. I think they'll probably save that for the pay-per-view. I don't see them doing that on that's a pay-per-view match. Edge and Malachi. He even mentioned that in it was like in one of his promos. He mentioned a lot of guys in their face, and Malachi was the last one. I thought they would want to do that on a bigger stage and just random Dynamite. Build on the story, build towards the match. And he's also, this isn't his hometown, but this is his home country of Canada. I think that's eventually going to happen. Christian and Edge getting back together and going for the tag titles. Because Edge did say that he's only going to be wrestling for a year and a half. So a lot of the stuff they want to do, they're going to have to do quickly. So I have a feeling they want to revisit that feud. But they also want to have Edge work against these guys he never faced before, like Joe, all these people he's mentioned that he wants to face Kenny Omega and Moxley. He wants to face all these people, but they got to do it. I feel like that's going to be both Edge and Christian's retirement. They're gonna retire together probably. But CD, I'll split some cheese. I already knew it wasn't going to be Malachi. Malachi's not coming out. Like a shirt. A skull with the Canadian version of it. I have the same shirt. It's Canadian.
Obviously, look
for his. I just got the regular one.
Mental games here. Copeland looking around, man. It could come from anywhere, right? Like I said, he doesn't know. Copeland doesn't know who he's facing.
It's going to be Brody or Buddy. I'm leaning towards Buddy Matthews. That's who I'm leaning towards. Could be Brody, though. Is Buddy Matthews, as I said, will be Brody or Buddy. That's who it's going to be. They're going to do Edge and Brody King next week or the following week. Edge is going to win that one, and then at the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, they're going to have Edge and Malachi. Malachi has a very good chance of winning now, more than he ever did. I thought at Dynasty he didn't have a shot at all since they won that match, but now, normally the way AEW does it, if you pay attention to a lot of their past booking, they've done this before. Many a times they've done this exact same, I won't say story because it's different wrestlers, but this exact same thing where they would have, for example, the champion Edge will defeat Brody and Buddy. And at the pay-per-view, he loses to Malachi because they're not going to bury the entire group of House of Black. They're not going to have all three lose because where do you go from there? But I think that's what they're going to do. Which, as I said, Edge said that he was only going to wrestle a year and a half, so they don't have much time to really, if they want to do a lot of these guys he wants to face them, got to move pretty quickly. The end game will probably be Edge and Christian retiring together, winning those tag titles. I could see Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus winning those trios titles, possibly. But we got this is the first time match ever, too, I believe. I don't think Buddy and Edge has faced each other. I don't believe they have.
At Dynasty in the black mist in the eyes of Copeland, I'm sure he's not going to forget it, and I'm sure he's thinking about that. Really, Ted, wouldn't you?
I don't think we're going to be getting that. I don't think they're going to bury all three members of House of Black. I don't see them doing that. Because if you look at the past AEW booking, they've done this exact same thing, and they don't. Normally, if someone beats someone, normally what they do, I can't remember what the factions they've done it before, but they've done it before. where they'll have someone lose, or like the champion or the whoever it is, they'll win, and then because if well, yeah, it makes no sense for House of Black to get buried though. Like, why have all three members lose? Like, where does House of Black go from here? At that point, if they're just gonna bury all three members, just let Malachi leave, because there's no reason keeping someone hostage if you're not gonna book them as a champion. You're always gonna have them lose. Malachi he can't do singles. He can only do trios. Just let him go. Like if you're not willing to book him good, let him go. Same as Buddy. Like no one should be held hostage if you're not going to book him good. But I really think Malachi's winning here. Edge has nothing to gain from winning this. He's won championships. What he can do is push other talent, elevate other talent, which I think that's what he's going to do. Like there's no. I feel like Edge is going to do that. He gains nothing from beating Malachi. Malachi has, if he wins, he gains a lot. Because it's surprising that he's never won a singles title in AEW. He's been there since 2021. Almost 4 years, and he hasn't done anything. Like they haven't done anything with him singles. Like they've just had him. The biggest thing singles he's done was against Cody Rhodes, and that was it. And that was in 2021. Like he hasn't done anything. Like he's done trios. They had the trios titles, but I mean, they've completely wasted Malachi really. And the bad part about it is they don't have him win. You know, he's signed till 2027, so he's basically kept hostage. At least I could book him good. I mean, why do you want someone to be miserable there? Because I have a feeling if he was given the option, he'd go back to WWE. That's what he would do. I doubt that they wouldn't want to stay. Brody could leave too. I don't know. That'd be weird to see House of Black. I'm curious. It's probably the House of Aleister. As he was Aleister Black in WWE, but I'm pretty confident that's what they're going to do. I hope Edge didn't get injured there. He was looking at a shoulder.
Well, at least we all know that. Now, at least we all know that this Saturday night is AEW Collision. Well, are they doing a Collision this Saturday night?
I don't believe they're doing a Collision in 2 weeks because of the NBA playoffs.
Good point. Well, just in case, we all know this Saturday is Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you.
Yeah.
Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness,
they're doing Rampage tonight because of that. Yeah.
And in case anyone has not been watching the podcast for a very long time, if y'all remember 2 years ago from this Saturday, I did do the Star Wars, May the Fourth be with you, take it away and all that, at the beginning of the program. Connor, you may have remembered it though, because I told you, you and Mr. Jacobs were there.
Where?
It was back in 2022 on this podcast.
Name Mr. Jacobs?
Never mind.
No. Was that the time that you did the Darth Vader stuff?
Well, more like the Emperor,
That was right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So go to everyone out there. Go to the All Elite Archives. May 4th, 2022. Dynamite. I think it's Dynamite Reaction.
Watch it all on the new Galaxy S24 Plus.
Anyway, back to today's.
Only on Verizon.
Yeah, May 4th. Yeah, before there's no collision. Chris, no collision. Sorry, yeah, there is no collision. For 2 weeks, I believe, because if you look on their, unless they're gonna pre-record some, but if you look on their calendar, there's no collision for 2 weeks. So
no collision for this Saturday or next Saturday night.
I wonder what Rampage, if they're gonna do a doubleheader again next Wednesday or what, because I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how all that goes. But there is no collision. That's for sure. Twitch comment. Thanks for watching, Captain. 34. Why is Chris sitting and facing us like a James Bond villain?
Well, as I have mentioned, and to answer your question, Captain Birdseye 4 on Twitch, I'm watching the TV and looking at the camera at the same time so I can keep an eye on the matches and, saying what I got to say on this podcast. So, yeah. I don't know if that's what you're getting with, but anyway.
We heard she won't be back for a while. Apparently she's gotten injured and she had multiple injuries. And she'll be out for a Sky Blue Could. When was the last time we've seen her? I think we've seen her recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Actually, it's Buddy Matthews in there, right?
Yeah, I think they were talking about earlier because the end game is clear as day. It's going to be Malachi and Edge at Double or Nothing.
I know you call him Edge since he was Edge for a long time, but in AEW, folks, it's Adam Copeland.
Yeah, it's hard for me to call him Copeland because certain guys can change names, like Dean Ambrose to Moxley, or just certain guys like Edge or Chris Jericho or John Cena. Like those guys are like my childhood heroes. Like guys like that, I'll never call them a different name. That's the name that they'll always be stuck with. So for me, Edge will always be Edge. He'll always be Edge.
Well, and also, hey, have you heard that Platinum Max Caster got suspended?
Well, it's kind of weird because they said he got suspended, and then last Saturday he was on Collision. So that was kind of weird that they.
Did they air that match between the Acclaimed and whoever they're facing?
Yeah, it was on Collision, and it was live on TV last Saturday.
Ooh, it must be some stuff he ain't supposed to say while he was rapping.
Well, he got suspended the day before on Friday or something, and the very next day he's there. So I'm curious, did he actually get if he's suspended? I don't know why they carried on with the match. But I said to do a standing. Like they had Sammy Guevara got suspended over that Jeff Hardy stuff, but he wrestled on Collision against Hobbs. It didn't make any. If you're suspended, you should be suspended. You shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah. Well, at least we already know the Acclaim won't be on here tonight or possibly for a while until Max Caster's suspension is over.
Copeland, importantly for him, buying some time after being trapped in a hole like that, Taz. It's taxing not only on your breathing but the blood flow as well. Especially with a guy with the arms, the biceps, like Buddy. He was a big, powerful man. Like Buddy could barely get to his feet, but I don't know if he's playing pots or not because it came up.
I wish Buddy Matthews was going to try. He'd be a good international champion.
It's one big possible.
He's very underrated. We still haven't gotten Kenny Omega and Buddy Matthews. A lot of people say Buddy Matthews is the Australian version of Kenny Omega.
I'm not. Well, we all know. Well, Kenny Omega is returning tonight because he is going to be in his hometown of Winnipeg.
Kenny Omega and Malachi Black be a good match too.
But the question is, what is he going to say about all this going on with the Young Bucks and Tony Khan, and also is going to be medically cleared in the near future?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's supposed to be doing something right. Not exactly what he's going to be doing, but.
Well, let's just make sure that it's some good news because I can't stand the Young Bucks though and all that.
Something tells me they're going to try to make a decision. I think Kenny Omega is going to come out and reverse it because he's an EVP as well.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen though tonight.
championship still hangs.
I've been on this. Oh,
Yeah.
And again, we know that.
I've been on this podcast though for a very long time. Got some short period of times off and all that, but tonight this is in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, where the home of Chris Jericho and the home of Kenny Omega.
Really leaned into that one.
And tonight, Kenny Omega will make his first appearance since I think November. Is it November, Connor?
Copeland accelerates, swing by Matthews. Copeland swing and
That seems right because around November, the Golden Jets were a thing. That seems right.
But I never. But you know, we'll never. And plus, Jack Perry, his return at Dynasty and Attack, the chairman, the boss, the higher power. Well, not according to anyone else's view.
Bouncing off one another. As Aubrey Edwards doing a good job checking out. Oh, now.
I think Edge is actually hurt.
Huh?
I think Edge is actually hurt.
Ooh,
damn.
Vance, we were gonna
Or is it Buddy Matthews?
In picture, Buddy Matthews. Oh, no,
Something happened
Is he bleeding?
from the mouth.
What happened? He must. Did he get shot? Did he get punched in the throat or the teeth?
I don't know what happened, but Edge was holding his shoulder too. I'm thinking Edge got hurt too. I think they're both hurt right now.
Oh, great! If this match is over and ends in a no contest, then we got ourselves a problem.
Buddy doesn't look right at all.
He must have got some internal bleeding.
It's not like normal bleeding from the mouth. It's like, here's the move right here. Ooh, yeah, they're showing the replay, but they both went and they hit each other mid-air. I'm guessing the force, they just. But the way Edge was looking at his shoulder, I hope he doesn't dislocate his shoulder or break his arm. That's the last thing they need.
Welcome to the Waverhood.
What's your vibe at our place? Listen,
My thing, darling.
gardening.
Some of us.
They don't need to Edge out.
Well,
I know where your head vanities in time.
you never know what's going to happen though tonight.
Ottomans don't play. You'll flip for the food cart. In the Waverhood, there's a place for all of us.
Hopefully there's no serious injury with Buddy Matthews, though. Because normally if you're bleeding from the mouth, it's never a good thing, really.
I don't see anything bleeding on him except, as you said, the mouth.
Yeah, that's what I saw with his blood.
It must be some, as I said, internal bleeding. That's what Ken Shamrock had back in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I remember. Well, I know this is AEW, but I'll say this anyway. Ken Shamrock, Farouk, September, and when Farouk hit that spine buster on Shamrock, causing him to bleed from the mouth. That's internal bleeding. And since we are now in the, well, let's just say the summer, well, almost. The question is when they're going to do Blood and Guts and who's going to be participating this year.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night on Easy Canada. It might be something to do with the new elite because there's four members. Well, Blood and Guts can be 4-on-4, 5-on-5. They've done it a lot of different ways.
They did do 6-on-6 the second time they did.
Yeah, I believe that was with was that with Pac and was that last year?
Yeah.
No, last year was BCC and Elite, but they could do the new Elite versus 4 members of Tony Khan's choosing, maybe.
Well, Kenny Omega is not medically cleared as of now, but Hangman Adam Page, he's probably cleared because he's not suspended. Well, I mean, he is suspended still, I know.
Yeah,
folks.
I said he was taking time off.
But he wanted to continue in this match, and he has been assaulted since then. But once again, what a way to start this program. This is a physical matchup. Everything we thought it would be. They got TNT title on the line here. Both defending challenger is Buddy.
I hope neither one of them is seriously hurt. You never want to see an injury in a match. And especially if you see a champion get injured, you never want to see it. I don't want to see an interim. Like, they haven't done that anymore since the last time I done it, but I don't want to see no more interim stuff. No one likes interim champions. You're either champion or you're not champion. There's no maybe. You're maybe a champion. But Tony got a lot of heat for that when they did it to women's title. A lot, if you watch that All Access show, there's a lot of women not happy about that.
5 minutes. This has been all Copeland, but that just underscores how dangerous Buddy is, Tony. That one move like that can totally change the course of this match.
It's athleticism, is what it is. It's the time and effort he's put into his craft, and we all, even though the House of Black.
Get back to the midsection, landing on that midsection and that abdominal region.
Even though the House of Black is not to be trusted, you've got to admire the athletes that make it up.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I completely agree. But you also got to tip your cap to Cope. Man, he went into this thing not
this is technically a Cope Open.
Black he was going to face to defend his title. That could have been Buddy.
It's never an open challenge because we knew someone from the House of Black was going to be challenging him. But
that pinned Copeland in the trios match at Dynasty, or it could have been the big.
I wonder what Orange Cassidy's going to do tonight.
But Buddy Matthews, the challenger tonight, the shots to the ribs.
We got here.
What the hell's this? The Rated R superstar now, Buddy flips over, looking for another powerbomb out of the corner. Copeland clutches on. Oh, the heel driven right to the stomach again.
That found its mark, that heel did. Good call.
But Buddy, just a desperation right hand, stopping Copeland in his tracks. Buddy looking for the superplex, but typically it has the legs on the outside of the ropes when you're going for a superplex.
Absolutely, but those body shots by Cope definitely slowed down the offense for the attempt. There's more body shots.
Copeland, maybe thinking.
Oh, that was good. They're both out of it. That's not. They're both out of it.
I thought that was it too. Yeah, the way he was laying there, he just was not moving.
A last half second, maybe even less, kick out by Buddy Matthews, keeping his chances.
There's a time limit on here. They should have like 30 minutes to 60 minutes or something.
Great matchup for the TNT Championship right here live. The fans give me their king.
Well, looks like it's enough for a spear.
Oh,
It's dangerous even under the best.
Oh, we got it. Isn't it?
I don't know why.
Consecutive knee strikes.
Oh, that was a good jacket.
Buddy Matthews transitioned immediately on the kick out into the crossface.
Got that arm strapped well with the right leg, does Buddy.
But Copeland, his only advantage in this situation, maybe the length of his frame, Tony.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's reaching his
left.
Yeah, it's up and down moments.
Right.
AEW has not done good ticket sell wise for a long, long time. So if the crowd sounds bad, there's a reason for that.
Sorry, that's what you want to do. The weight was shifted perfectly by Cope.
Yeah.
They slam. Like her ankle.
There is a way to keep Malachi, but Tony can't. You can't pick favorites. Even Tony Khan said himself in 2021 that Malachi Black was one of the hottest signings in 2021. So you can't waste a talent like that. Like, just let him go. Then. Like, if you just want to keep him hostage, let him go. Because there's no sense of wasting talent. Ooh, oh. Is that a GTS? Is that a GT? He is pulled out a GTS. Foot stomp? Two. That's it. We're not getting out of that. 1, 2. This is another reason why I'm saying that Malachi is winning. If you look at past AEW booking, they've done this before. and it's going to keep happening the same ways over and over again. Because it's happened more than one time in AEW. It was MJF. He beat MJF beat 3 members of MJF beat Rudy Yuta, and then he beat maybe Claudio Castagnoli. No, it wasn't MJF. It was, I can't remember, but AEW's done this exact same thing before. And normally the person that keeps winning against the group, they end up losing against the leader. It's just kind of obvious. Tony, like, there's no reason to bury House of Black because you got them signed to long-term deals and they can't get out of it. So at least use them good for somewhat. No one should be held hostage. Steel chair? Oh. Gonna make sure to take out Buddy. We've seen this before. Oh, Malachi right next to him. That was a good transition.
And Buddy's saying, hit me, look at this.
That was weird. There's where that
Coleman had that chair raised above his head. And Malachi basically dared him to do it.
That was weird.
And just like that, they disappear. But is Coleman going to do it? We're never going to know, Tony. But has he been pushed to that point?
Well, at that point, it doesn't even matter. If Malachi wins the Continental Championship, I don't even care anymore. You've already buried him. Like, you've already buried him how many times now? Who cares? Nobody cares if he loses. Like, at that point, just let him go. Like, I would rather see Malachi in WWE and get used better than just losing all the time. It just gets old seeing the same people win and the same people lose. Like, I can tell you, probably every match tonight, I can tell you who's going to win. And it's pretty bad that a fan can do that because there's no excitement to it. But if Malachi loses that, then just let him go. Because I could care less for the Continental Championship. That's not. I don't even know why they created that belt to begin with. They got too many belts. Got Joe in. So his next match, Isaiah Cassidy and Joe. Well, I know Joe's gonna win that. Everybody knows that.
Well, let's see.
Well, Malachi, House of Black is over with the fans as well. They've been there longer than Edge, and they've gotten a lot of good crowd reactions. I went to AEW, it was a fan fest, and a lot of people, there's a lot of Malachi fans. There's probably more House of Black people in their line than probably a lot of top AEW stars. But there's a way to keep Malachi in AEW. You just gotta, like, you gotta make someone. I mean, for a top talent like Malachi, he's been signed since 2021. Just let that sink in. Like, he's been signed that long, hasn't done a damn thing. How does that happen? I don't get how that happens. Like, same with Andrade. Like, Tony said that he did everything he could to keep Andrade. Well, he didn't. He was signed to 2021 as well, and they did nothing with him. They kept him with the AHFO, the Matt Hardy thing, and then, like, they never did anything with those guys. Like, you can't keep on having the same people do nothing. And then when you do something with them, you just bury them. Like, who wants to be buried? And, like, people complain to Malachi about not wanting to lose. Well, I don't blame him. Like, who wants to lose every match and then lose all credibility? Like, it's your brand as well. Like, if you go somewhere else and you've gotten buried in one company, you're never going to recover from it. No one wants to be buried in wrestling, I don't feel like.
Black Magic Tire Wet.
Which AEW does a lot. They bury the same people. Like Brian Cage, Lance Archer, like all those guys always lose. They never win. And they're fine with it, I guess. But certain guys, they're gonna protect their brand.
Yep.
That was kind of weird that ending of that. I don't know. It didn't make sense. They had Malachi basically wanting him to hit Buddy Matthews, but it just.
Let's try this again. What do you see?
I don't know.
First championship in Houston. Second championship. Charles,
But I bet they do. I bet you for the end of the night, they're going to make an announcement of Edge versus Brody King. I can guarantee it.
Here we go. This is Samoa Joe's first appearance since losing the title.
I don't even know why he's doing this. Like, I guess the goal is to lose viewers tonight. I guess that's the goal tonight. I mean, they got some good matches. I'm curious what the main event's going to be. Because they don't really have a main event type match, really. It's not going to be whatever King Omega does. It's going to be the closing act.
That's not come out here and play games against this cat right here. Don't play games.
This is not going to be. Yeah, I said it before, Edge has won titles before. He's been world champion. And Edge is not going to be wrestling in 2 years from now. Who is? Malachi is. He's going to be there longer than Edge. Edge is at the tail end of his career. He has nothing to gain by this. Malachi has everything to gain. It doesn't matter who it is. Copeland doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve anything at this point. Like, he's already done everything in his career. He's already been world champion. He's done everything there is to do in wrestling. It doesn't matter what he does in AEW. He's already done everything you can do in wrestling. He's made his WrestleMania. He's beaten some of the best. His wrestling career is set. Him going to AEW is just ending his career at Christian Cage, right? And having a lot of matches he's never had before. But his career is set. He's won titles. He's won everything there is to win. There's nothing in AEW that can top anything else that he's done. Yeah, Joe's going to kill him, right? Yeah, Joe's going to. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it'd be the Judgment Day, then they'd end it in 2 weeks. But if they announce tonight, but they got to spread it out. Well, today's May 1st, right? Today's May 1st. By next week or the following week, they should be doing Edge and Brody. If Edge beats Brody King and Malachi wins, they've done it before. I would recommend to go back and look at some of that stuff because they've done the same thing before. And the same outcome happened every time. They've done it 2 or 3 times. And I think it's going to be damn. Yeah. Joe's going to. You can end it now if you want. Just do a muscle ball string. He'll be it. Joe's doing. He ain't doing a suicide dive, is he? Oh, he was going to talk to you.
Joe to the outside, his momentum carried him out of the ring. Joe is extremely quick, guys. I promise for a man that size, very athletic. But
Cass was getting a little bit.
He was attempting to re-enter the ring, and Now, Brother Zay, what does he think? He's got Joe on the floor. Great job.
Actually,
right there
Edge
by
has
Zay.
lost
Zay,
feuds.
he's gonna fly. This guy
Hey,
can fly.
Damn. I was going to leave a mark.
Oh, at least you're right about one thing, Connor. Damn.
That's gonna.
He walked away outside.
But Edge has lost. He lost against The Undertaker in their feud. He lost against John Cena in their feud. He's lost against Finn Balor in their feud. So he has lost feuds. I mean, probably lost.
The only feud that he has lost, according to my view, well, even though he won the last one, is Matt Hardy. Remember back in 2005 between him and Edge and Lita?
Well, also, I think it was SummerSlam 2008, The Undertaker and Edge. The Undertaker pretty much won that entire feud. John Cena pretty much beat Edge. Jeff Hardy. There's been a lot. He has lost against Christian Cage. But he has lost that. So he has lost in feuds in AEW too. He lost against Christian Cage. Technically twice. Think about it. Well, the referee didn't see that. Yeah, this is it. Most of those were.
Oh boy. Look out!
That's it. 1, 2, 3. Exactly how I thought the match was going to go. At that point, let Malachi go. Like, if you're just going to bury the entire group, let him go. Lose more people, lose more viewers. Let the whole thing sink to the ship. Like, if their goal is to bury the group, then just let them go. Like, and it sucks because this deal's not up to 2027, so it's like trying to count down the clock. Like, you're trying to get out of there. But I don't think Tony's doing that. Because they have been using Malachi Black more in singles recently. And normally he never has singles match. It was like 1,000 days since he had a singles match. And they finally did something. But you gotta also keep in mind, Edge only has a year and a half left, he said. So if he wants to do other things, he can't be TNT champion forever. He might not even wrestle for a year and a half, most likely. But there's no reason to bury Mouse Black. I'm tired of seeing that. I've seen since how many years has it been? 4 years we've seen this. Like it's gotten old now seeing him always lose. And Edge's career is pretty much over. You know, as I said, everything he does in AEW doesn't match anything he does in his career, or he's already done. Main event in WrestleMania, winning WWE Championship, having probably the best money event cash-in ever, having legendary feuds, they literally created a match and having some of the best matches at WrestleMania. Like everything he can do in AEW won't matter. The only thing that will matter in AEW is his last match. Because that will be the last match ever for him. But I'll be here when Malachi wins, though. There's no way they're going to do that. If they do, then if they did have Edge be all three members, I would hope Tony would just let Malachi leave. I would hope so. Honestly, let anyone in the company who wants to leave. For being honest, just let them leave. Because they've signed so many people that it's hard to use everybody. So if you let anyone leave who wants to leave, then you got their shots of people who want to be there. But if you want someone to want to be there, you got to make them want to be there. That's what anything in life. Like if you want someone to be somewhere, you got to make them want to be there. You can't make them unhappy for years. Like who wants to stay in that environment? Over here. Where's Siren? I don't know where Siren's at. We haven't talked to her in a few days.
For the wave makers,
Yeah, I don't know where she's at now.
This is
She's probably doing her Twitch channel, maybe.
Black Bonded Products creating a new world of choices at Walmart.
Find gifts that say, I love your
Yeah.
style on Basic
Yep.
Finder. Plus, take an extra 30%.
Yeah, that match ended how I thought it was going to end. Joe was dominating Stay Cassidy.
Today at Macy's
I don't know what they're going to do next with Samoa Joe.
Ordering the same pizza from the same place and getting the same
I
pizza
wonder-
from the same place.
I don't know what he can do next year. His contract expires in June of this year.
Try the pepperoni magnifico
Samoa
with classic
Joe.
and crispy cupped pepperoni, just $9.99. But wait,
Well,
Solo. Son, may the fourth be with you all weekend long.
You have scruffy looking nerve herder.
Who's scruffy look? The Star Wars May the Fourth Be With You weekend starts Saturday morning at 6. Nothing up. Fuzzball on CBS.
Are you going to say something? You saw that Star Wars commercial?
the Star Wars TNT Day commercial, yes.
Back at Orange Cassidy. See what he's got to say. If anyone's seen Rampage, Trent and Chuck Taylor had a parking lot brawl match. And it ended with Chuck Taylor being left in a pool of his own blood. I'm glad you're doing something different with him, though. I still wish that stipulation would have been brought up strong, like they would have had. If he lost, he couldn't challenge for that title in a year's time. But I have a feeling they're going to go back to that. Because he is still in the top 5 ranking. I don't know how he is, but for some reason, he's still in the top 5 in the rankings. He hasn't really had a singles match in quite a while. He doesn't have a microphone. That was clever. He had a microphone.
See, I thought after Saturday, when my best friends Chuck and Trent got into a parking lot, beat each other up, and then get everything out of their systems, we'd all come back. Trent did to Chuck after the match. I have been told that my best friend Chuck Taylor terrible. Terrible news. So now I'm standing in this ring alone to tell you, Trent Beretta,
Oh boy.
next time I see you, big surprise!
Comes Trent.
Big surprise! Orange Cassidy is making things about himself again. Trying to make somebody else's career ending about himself. That's not enough.
Uh-oh.
You said next time I see you.
Hold him back! Hold him back! You're too selfish, Ari! You're too selfish! That's why it happened!
Comes Chris Statlander.
Chuck's career's over because of
You
you!
haven't seen her interact with any of them in a while.
Statlander's out.
You're too selfish! You're selfish!
Statlander trying to calm down Orange Cassidy, but Trent Beretta saying that it is all Orange Cassidy's fault, that he's selfish.
Don Callis. We've seen that on Rampage.
We've seen
Oh no.
She blew off the ranks of the Don Callis family now whispering to Orange Cassidy. Well, we saw him watching the parking lot.
What was that all about?
No, come on. Statlander obviously
That was weird. Because we've seen on Rampage, Callis and Trent, and now Callis whispered something to Orange Cassidy. I don't want to see Orange Cassidy and Don Callis family. I don't want to see anybody in Don Callis. Like, going to the Don Callis family is a cancer in your career, pretty much. Like, Hobbs he's going to be out for a while if anyone doesn't know. He got injured on Dynamite last week, and he'll be out for quite a few months. He will have to have surgery, and Hobbs doesn't need to be improved. He's done FT Team Taz, he's done QTV, he's done Don Callis. He's been too many groups now.
Jack, what the hell was going through your mind last week when you attacked Tony Khan?
Well, you know, I meant what I said last week. When I told Tony that the only thing I want is what's best for AEW. And some people might not be able to see it right now. That's exactly what I did. You see, the funny part to me is that, Tony, you're the one who made me the scapegoat. And yeah, I'd heard at the time, but I accepted it because I realized that it was a sacrifice that somebody was going to have to make. We all have to sacrifice. And thanks to you, we are entering a new era under the elite.
Seems like a new era of AEW starts every end of the month, really.
The elite's fingerprints have been all over.
Like, there's always a new era. Like, they don't let eras last. I've never seen a company that had so many eras as AEW's had. Yeah, Jericho is the hometown hero. Oh, God. He's wearing the trunks again. This is weird. I haven't seen him in trunks in years.
Oh no, not the trunks again. He's only 50 years old. Over 50.
His father's there as well. He was on Dynamite one time. He was in the beginning of AEW, but he was there. Alex and Jericho were. It seems like very weird because I haven't seen him in a long time. Now I just need him to cut his hair and get it back short. And we really be doing a completely different Jericho thing. He needs to do something. He's gonna have to do something different. Because right now he's probably the stalest he's been his entire career. So he's gonna. Personally, I always liked him with shorter hair. As a heel, he was better with short hair. Who remembers the feud with Jericho and Rey Mysterio? That was really good. And that's when he had short hair. You gotta pull out something different. Shibata and Jericho. I hope they do away with that belt pretty soon. The FTW Championship. Jericho doesn't look right wearing those tights anymore. His legs look too short. So, I don't know. Very different. Cage call. I doubt it. Since Cage is in the feud of Swerve, then it just wasn't natural. I don't see how they'd be able to do that. Because if they go ahead with the reunion now, then they can't really do anything with Edge as a singles wrestler. I can't really do anything with that. I think they're going to probably retire together. If you retire in a year's time, you want to do a lot more single stuff with him. I don't see them doing that. They probably both are going to walk out losing, but I think what's going to happen when they do get back together is Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. I think someone new is going to join their group. Someone new is going to join. And they're basically going to take control of the group and they're going to make it their own. Basically, how the Judgment Day was. It was Edge's group, but Rhea Ripley joined, and she basically took control of the entire group. And they turn on Edge. I think it's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be, but someone's going to join their group, and they're going to turn on Christian Cage. Then that'll probably be the time. It could be Nick Wayne, but I don't know. Nick Wayne is just too. I don't know if he could pull off a real heel. He's just good in the ring, really. Like, he hasn't really established his character yet. And I don't think in a year's time that's going to do anything either. Because he doesn't really get time to practice talking on the mic. So I don't really get how that's going to work. But I think someone, which they're not using a lot of people, so there's someone on that roster that can kind of be that mouthpiece and basically take control of the group. I don't know when though night, which Edge says he's going to be wrestling for a year and a half, so I don't think it could happen this year. I think they both retire at All In 2026. I don't think it's going to be this year's All In. I think it's going to be next year's All In. No, not potentially, yeah, next 2025. That could be when they retire together. I think they're going to retire together.
Sorry.
The same thing as Sting and Darby retire as champions. I don't think they should do that again. Personally, I don't think they should do that again. But, the match I'd like to see is Edge and Christian versus FTR. That would be a good match. Well, we're in Manitoba. We're in Winnipeg, Canada, so it's the home of the Winnipeg Jets. It's known for hockey, so we got a bunch of hockey pucks. Hockey pucks really hurt. If you throw it at someone, someone could really get a black eye. I've seen it firsthand. Hockey pucks really, really hurt. If they did that, I don't know if they're gonna revisit that soon. Because I just got through with that. It wasn't too long ago. If they do it now, then because they've already done it 2 or 3 times now that match. 2 times on pay-per-view. Well, if you count, technically at World's End they wrestled twice. Technically, but I don't think they're gonna. They will eventually. Ooh. None of these chops are fading Shibata. All right, I got to end this match. The crowd's completely dead. Yeah, I got to end it. Well, Shibata's coming back into it. I don't know what to think about Jericho and these tights. What do you think, Chris? Can you hear me?
Huh?
I said, what do you think about Chris Jericho wearing the trunks again?
On the learning tree?
Yeah, he's grown. Yeah. We haven't seen him in these type of in trunks.
Well, this is the first time I actually saw him in trunks, though, since he left the WWE back in 2017-18.
I don't think he's wore the trunks one time in AEW.
Until now, unless he must have worn them at Dynasty on the 21st.
No, he didn't wear trunks then. Well, he did on the Jericho cruise, but Not really a live show, but
And now we get to see Chris Jericho back in tights, but in AEW. Not only that, but he also now had the new nickname, the Learning Tree.
we did see Wednesday. Big Bill wants to join the Learning Tree.
I'm sorry, Carl.
I mean, for the past, well, since AEW first started, he was known as, well, first he was the Painmaker. He was the Lionheart. He was the Ocho. And now he's the Learning Tree. What's next? The Legend?
Well, you forgot the Wizard. He was the Wizard once upon a time.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the Wizard. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey, there's no telling that he's gonna. I know he trademarked the Jericho Vortex.
I really tried sleeping with it. Now I sleep with Inspire.
As I said, what could be next? He might be known as the Legend Chris Jericho by the time before he gets ready to retire.
He'll come up with something.
He's here.
Now Copeland first came to AEW.
Man, look at Chris Jericho's shit. It looks like it's turning purple. Oh,
Remember when Caswell Friday?
Yeah, I think they're definitely gonna team back together. It'll be towards.
I hope so. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Christian Cage, but I do like them as a tag team back then, even though they were in WWE and never tag team again until as the entrance goes on this day.
I think they're gonna retire together. Like they'll probably retire at the same time. James Hayes, thanks for watching. If you appreciate it.
James Hayes the third, boys, Isaac.
Well, we know Big Bill is interested. They should use a lot of people who are not doing anything. So Scorpio Sky hasn't really done anything in AEW. I don't know who's someone that could really use that group that's not doing anything. I know I don't want to see Daniel Garcia back in the group. He doesn't need to be in no more group. And the wall of Jericho. It's about a month before it's time out. Oh, he gets out of it. Apparently.
You know, he could use a hockey puck, or nope.
There's a bunch of hockey pucks. We'll have to choose from.
Figure 4.
Take a hockey puck and shove it in his mouth. Yeah, Jericho used it to his advantage. He was right there in front of Shibata too. I'll right back.
Oh God, that's gotta hurt. Oh.
Trash can, but it's not for the world. That's what he calls it. You know what it stands for. Yes. It stands from day one. It's not for the world. That's soft crap. Well, Jericho with that trash can over the head of Katsuhiro Shibata. The redness all over the shaft of Jericho as he mashing that kendo stick. That did not sound. The head. Shibata. Shibata's getting.
Oh, kendo stick on top of the tray. Oh. Look at a drum. Look at a kendo stick.
Almost eye to eye. Except for the trash can in the way. It's like Chris is looking through the trash can eye to eye with Shibata. He's not. Shibata just following the sound. I think you're right. That's a good point, Carl. Look, he's back up. Jericho almost all the way up to the. He hits all the way up to the corner. Jericho.
It's like Oscar the Grouch standing up for his garbage can.
I've never seen that before. What a night we're having here in Winnipeg.
As I said, I know Connor's not. Connor will be right back, but
Weapon
it's
shot.
like,
Kick in the corner. Right into that banged up purple chest from all those chops. Into Chris's chest. Oh, Shibata's chest. Blood on the nose. Yeah. Cover. Two. And I think that blood is from getting that hockey puck thrown into his face. No doubt. Or a trash can getting hit in his face while he was getting hit with a kendo stick. Couldn't remember the friggin' name. I've been hit with them left and right. Thanks for the help, guys. That's why you couldn't remember it. I know. It's true. Two in a hand right here for Shibata. Uh-oh.
I'm back.
Oh,
in
my.
case you don't know what happened, Connor. What's this Japanese guy's name? I can't pronounce it.
Who?
Shibata's a man's man.
This jet. Well, I don't know. Well, he's known as the wrestler.
Shibata?
Yeah, he was standing up after Chris struggled him with a garbage can a few times. It's like no effect to it. You'll watch it. We'll see it when you watch the archives.
Yeah, they're not saying anything yet. They're sitting together.
As I said, it's like Oscar the Grouch standing up for his garbage can. Or Shibata standing up for Oscar the Grouch.
Kendo stick between the legs. Yambag City right down. Jack up the old Yambag and Shibata. He's just getting rolling here.
That's gotta hurt. And this is. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we got tables.
Right now, Shibata has. Chris Jericho. You know, Dan, Shibata was content with really not using weapons. But now, he's got the table, and the fans are loving this. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta fight fire with fire, and Shibata wants the FTW title. I'd love to see it happen. I think it would make a great FTW champion. I really do. I mean, for somebody in his first
Yeah, pretty much.
qualification match for
It pretty much is. Roy Isaac says maybe Ortiz. No, that isn't a bad move. I don't know what he's doing. Obviously, Santana is no longer in AEW. He's in TNA. So there's not much to do with him because he was a tag team wrestler. Codebreaker. There's not much to do with Ortiz. So the best thing to do with him would be to put him with Jericho again.
Oh, Codebreaker.
As a singles wrestler, he's not going to do much. With Jericho, he'll get to do more than what he would do by himself. Maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. Sleeper hold?
Jericho's reaching for the ropes. Shibata changes grip, had a 2-on-1 on that wrist.
Out. They're chopping the hell out of each other tonight. Everyone watching, this is kind of a question now. Who would you like to see join the learning tree of Chris Jericho? We already know Big Bill, so if you, the viewers, if you had to choose anyone, like someone who doesn't get used hardly, or someone that could benefit from joining Jericho's
group. You all know on Dynasty, I think Hook is probably the first person ever kicked out the Judas Effect, if I'm right.
Could be. And I mentioned Big Bill, and here he comes. He's going to choke slam Shibata through the damn table. Choke slam all the way to hell. Yeah, from the viewers, who would you guys like to see join the learning tree? Maybe they don't have anything to do in AEW, don't get used, or someone that could benefit their career, maybe? But what do you guys think? I would have said Parker Bordeaux, but he got released from AEW, so that's not really a choice. But Jericho retains the FTW Championship to the thanks of Big Bill Doyle.
As I said, that's where I got it from. Well, I got it from a Family Guy, one of the episodes when, Family Guy version of John Wayne is Big Bill Doyle.
I haven't heard that in a while. Big Bill Doyle. It's been a while.
But if John Wayne's family or relatives are watching this, I do apologize. But that's how it came from Family Guy.
It's probably mentioned here before. Kenny Omega has not came out yet, right? He's supposed to be on here doing something, so just a matter of when he shows up.
Guys, I'm here with our TBS champion,
Willow
Nightingale,
Nightingale.
as well as Stokely and Statlander. Guys, talk to me about what happened last week with Mercedes. It seemed like there was quite the miscommunication between you two.
Yeah, I just want to say I am so sorry because she had no right to come out there and interrupt, and I just wanted to diffuse the situation and get it back on you. And
We still don't know who
so
attacked
sorry.
Willow Nightingale and her
Okay, well, let's
Statlander,
pivot
do we?
to tonight because Willow, you have yet another challenger on the horizon in Sky Blue.
Yes, I do. And lucky for Sky Blue, last week's fiasco left me in a fighting mood. So Mercedes, don't think I forgot about that cheap shot, honey. I've got something for you. But Sky, if you want to fight, honey, I will mop the floor with you. If this title's on the line, I will maim you. I will massacre you right here in Winnipeg.
All this is, Renee. I can't believe that Scott Blue said that about me, and I can't complain to nobody.
We'll drink it down on Rampage. We have Rampage after Dynamite. Willow Nightingale versus Sky Blue for the TBS Championship. Telephone.
Renee, great job. When no one's smiling more. And let
Uh-oh.
they are banned from ringside. If there's any interference, Willow will be stripped of the TBS championship. Great job.
Who was the text message from?
Aside from my own actions, what did I do to deserve this? This is insane. It's crazy.
It is always your act. Oh, thank you, Renee.
Who's? Did you hear who sent that message? Was it the Young Bucks?
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm gonna say it though. Matthew and Nicholas are drunk with power.
Did they send that message?
Either that or something's going wrong.
Never understood
They
this
banned from
argument.
ringside.
Let it be
Sky
both.
Blue and Stokely Hathaway.
They're drunk with power. They're drunk with power. If I was running for GM on AEW Dynamite, I would gladly try to do something about it.
Rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel.
But technically, I don't think Tony Khan has the. Well, I'm not trying to be getting on the trying to get on Matthew Nicholas's side, but
So each under $10.
I'll say this though.
More in every under $10.
Tony Khan does not approve people with, well, you know.
Oh, you look great. Now that I have Inspire, I'm free from
So what?
mask. Oh, Inspire
Who are, special.
inside my
You
body.
know Will Ospreay has autism, right?
I'm going to get
Well, that's true, but that's true. Will Ospreay is special. I'll give him that. And I did not know about it until I read him recently. You know.
Yeah, I seen it recently on Facebook. I didn't know that either. That he had to have his contract written. Someone had to read it to him. His AEW contract. I never knew that about him.
Will Ospreay, he's a good professional wrestler. He even defeated Daniel Bryan and gave him got Daniel Bryan's respect. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if it's still good or I don't know if it's still working or not yet. Happening or not yet. I'm not saying I don't know.
Yeah.
But back to the Young Bucks for a second. Somebody's got to get rid of them, though. Tony Khan made them EVPs. He can definitely get them out of EVPs. Or is it them who got them EVPs and they can't do a damn thing about it?
I don't know.
I don't like, well, as some people don't know this, I don't like bad guys or, heels. I don't know if I can stand watching AEW for a while with those. I'm going to agree on Stokely on this. Those.
Goofs.
I'm going to say it. Those wanted to be drunk with power, they can go. They don't have the balls to do anything to wrestle. They don't have the balls to wrestle every week instead of just cutting in and out every few months and then come back in.
Yeah, well, we got Kenny Omega tonight, so maybe he'll give us some good news tonight.
I don't know if I should say this, but I hope Kenny, by God, Omega does something about it since he is EVP. Here we go. It's Claudio versus your guy, Brian Cage.
Yeah, I already know he's gonna lose. He always loses.
You know what I think, Connor? I think you should get yourself, if somebody ever makes this, you should probably get it. You should probably say, I'm a Brian Cage guy.
Yeah. Well, I'd probably go with CM Punk. I'm a CM Punk guy.
Well, I know you're a CM Punk guy. I'll give you that.
But in AEW, I probably would say.
But still, you've been a fan of Brian Cage, though, even before CM Punk got into AEW.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, either that before or a little after. I don't know. And plus, Brian Cage has appeared in Memphis Wrestling a few times.
Yeah, I was a fan of Brian Cage before he came to AEW. He was in TNA and Lucha Underground. I was a big fan of him there. Yeah, I've always liked Brian Cage. He's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen though. I mean, Memphis Wrestling. Speaking of Memphis Wrestling, though, we do have. Well, I'll just say this though: we have Kid Cash coming down next month.
You never know who might be on this podcast for an interview. See,
and also
be a lot of cash in our next interview.
And also this Sunday, the American males of Scotty Riggs and Buff Bagwell will be there along with Blake Christian and who was the other guy? I forgot his name. Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, Brooklyn Brawler. There was quite a few. Looks like Memphis Wrestling is no spoilers, but or I guess ahead. Some of those people that might be on this podcast pretty soon that you just mentioned.
Right on. And speaking of interviews, though, do we have any upcoming interviews going on this month or next month?
As of this month, not yet, but there is talks of more interviews. I'm talking to multiple people, a lot of current AEW stars, legends. Yeah, here it is. What did I say? What was the match that they just announced?
Here's another. Well, and here's another question for you, Connor. Let me see. What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you something. It's about a potential interview with someone, but technically I forgot.
We are. There's a lot of former WWE stars, legends, women wrestlers, current AEW stars. I'm talking to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Do you remember this wrestler? I think his name is Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, I know Cameron Grimes.
He's out. WWE. Well, I don't know if anyone else doesn't know about this, but WWE has released Cameron Grimes, so now he's a free agent. So he should be back in the independent scenes real soon.
Yeah, well, if it's still correct, he has 90 days.
I forgot about that. 90 days under no appearance or wrestling clause, then he'll be free agent. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I read something that there's in the United States that non-compete clauses might be an illegal thing to do now. It's going to be interesting if that actually happens. So if someone gets released, there is no non-compete clause. They can go anywhere they want.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if that actually happens. Yes, that's what I was talking about. They did announce Copeland Edge versus Brody King for next week. Did I not say that in this episode that they would announce that Edge is going to win that match, and then at Double or Nothing, Edge has got to go against Malachi. He's the last person he has to fight. And then Malachi wins. They're not going to have him be altered numbers. Ooh, that was a
And as the words of a famous Hall of Famer, Roy Isaac, did you not hear what he just said?
Who said that?
Well, you know, Booker T. You remember Booker T.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. You said on commentary, did he just say that? You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, that was Booker T.
Yeah, speaking of Hall of Famers though, and Booker T, his promotion Reality of Wrestling had a 30-man last man standing battle royal. I was watching that video and number 21 came up, and guess who showed up at number 21? I think Connie might have seen the video though too.
Maven?
Yep.
Yeah, I seen that on YouTube. I couldn't believe. I didn't get to see the full video, but I seen that he was there.
He was in the Rumble for quite a while until he got eliminated.
If anyone doesn't know, Reality of Wrestling is Booker T's wrestling promotion.
It's true.
I believe his brother Stevie Ray is a trainer or coach there as well.
And our former guest Ahman Johnson, Tony Norris, was a part of the training school. I don't know if he still is or is not. I don't know.
He might be. No, we talked to him. We didn't ask him that. He could be. He lives in Texas.
Houston, Texas. Well, that's where Booker T is from anyway.
Yeah. We just were wrestling schools too, so.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Hassan Terrell, other guy, my birthday is coming up in 2 days. My brother's birthday is on May 5th. Yeah. Yeah, happy birthday, or happy early birthday, Hassan Terrell.
And speaking of birthdays, though, to you, Connor, and I know that your brother's birthday is this Sunday, as you said, but happy early birthday to him.
Yeah, you guys got the same birthday month. Yeah, thanks for watching, Hassan. You're on here pretty much every video we do, or live stream, so yeah, happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday to your brother, Connor.
Yeah, he's gonna be 19 years old.
And I know we ain't supposed to talk about personal stuff, but just for a second, how's he doing, by the way?
Cody, he's doing all right.
Any problem with him? You know, I mean, I heard about a couple of things.
He's doing all right. He gets in trouble sometimes.
That's good. Well, anyway, now take personal off for a while. Now we're back to the wrestling podcast.
Or as you said that, we're out of picture in picture.
Yeah.
Cage has been controlled as of
Super
late.
good.
Yeah. It's going to be another long month though, and all that, since we're in the first day of May.
Yeah. I actually bought my SummerSlam tickets today.
For Cleveland, Ohio?
Yeah, I bought SummerSlam tickets. I'm going to be going to SummerSlam in August.
Oh man, Connor, you should have asked me to come with you though. Well, too late now.
Well, me and my uncle Michael's going, so.
Well, as I said, too late now. And plus, it's about family though, and all that. Well, you hear it here, folks. Connor is going to the Miz's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, I've never been to Cleveland, and I've never been to SummerSlam.
Well, you went to the one in Nashville. Well, except it wasn't SummerSlam. It was next to SummerSlam, Starcast.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I'm not. I know. I got the personal stuff off the paper for a moment, but man, Connor, you're going a lot of places.
Yeah, I went to Greensboro, North Carolina to
Sting's last match.
Revolution Sting's last match.
You and I should probably get back together and do something though, because I'm tired of being cooped up in this house.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Me too. Me too. If only there was an AEW event somewhere. Well, all we know is that the only closest they go going up to is Chicago on July 3rd.
I'm looking for them to go back to Nashville pretty soon, maybe.
Well, if you do go back to Nashville, you let me know because I know an airport though from Tupelo to Nashville within an hour, nonstop.
Yeah, I've never been to Nashville's airport.
It's called, well, I'll explain to you more when we get done with the podcast. That is, if you're up for it.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, I could explain more, but I don't want to, never mind.
Yeah.
It will be Manitoba Massacre for the championship. Willow Nightingale.
But still, it's great to see you, Connor, and and all that. Plus, it's been a long time.
Cage got Claudio set up.
Yeah, when's the last time? Was it the time you came out for championship wrestling to Memphis?
Ducks under Claudio.
Huh?
Was the last time I seen you the time you came up for Memphis wrestling?
Yeah, and also the last time we were together, we were at the AEW event at Memphis Collision.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
I was me and a friend of mine were supposed to come up there in a couple of months, but technically due to issues and your issues, I'm just gonna wait till a little while longer.
I was going for a swing.
Anyway, back to the swing. I wonder. I think Claudio did this 100 times though. At one point, I was watching a YouTube video of him doing that swing almost up to 100 times.
Someone probably got sick.
Probably got him thrown up too all night. And it was an 8-man tag team match.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian Cage loses again. I saw this coming.
Brian Cage's tights kind of look like Nikki Cross's tights when she was a superhero gimmick.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it does.
They're probably going to put that on the Mimi tonight.
Yeah.
Is this? I know it's been about 2 years since we've seen Sarita Deeb in the ring, but was she on Dynamite or this is her first time on Dynamite tonight?
Well, she's been on Dynamite before, but it's been a while. She's been on Rampage and Collision a lot, but this is the first time she's been on Dynamite in a long time.
So technically, this is her return and her 2024 Dynamite debut. Let's just find out when that name bar shows up. But still, And oh yeah, speaking of other birthdays, though, a friend of ours in Cordova, Tennessee, happy birthday to Brandon. He's 48.
Yeah.
But anyway. Ooh, baking soda on the old god.
Tires so shiny. Black Magic. Black Magic Protective Band? No. Black Magic. Black Magic Firewood. The tires that shine. Black Magic. thought the
I'm gonna
original
look familiar.
you can get a taste of this.
Are you telling me that if we pull this off, Royal Crackers,
Thursdays at midnight.
That was like a TV commercial for Velma, the HBO Max series, 8 Max series.
It's amazing you find out there. Need to watch out for diseases. I'll be okay.
Does this look okay?
Oh, how do I protect myself? The new Scott's Healthy Plus Lawn Food. It's the only product that prevents 27 diseases while feeding your grass to help keep your lawn healthy this season. Want me to show you how to put it on? I think anyone uses spray. Pick up a bag of the new Scott's Turf Builder Healthy Plus Lawn Food today.
Get it. Get it.
guys, I'm here with Rocky Romero. Rocky, the best friends have been tearing each other apart. We now know that next week officially it's going to be Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. Can I even ask you who you side with?
Rocky
I don't side
Romero.
with anyone. I mean, who's the real winner in this? You know,
We definitely will not be seeing the
days
Pongy
we tear
Vice.
apart each and every week, watching my
Anytime
friends
soon.
destroy each other, and I just
Well,
can't take it anymore. I'm done with it. I told Trent, I told Chuck, I told Stat, and I told Orange Cassidy I'm done with
Maybe
it.
Rocky could join
got his own big
Trent,
thing now.
but I doubt it.
And that thing is to become a champion here in AEW. I've been a champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been a champion in ROH. I've been a champion in CMLL. And the only way I know how to do it is by challenging the best. And there's one guy that brings the best out of me, and I also bring the best out of him. And just a couple of weeks ago, we brought the best out of each other against the Undisputed Kingdom. Kyle O'Reilly, I'm challenging you tonight on Rampage in the great city of Winnipeg. Rocky Romero.
Kyle O'Reilly and Rocky Romero.
And be the best man.
This is going to be interesting.
A big challenge thrown out from Rampage tonight.
Okay, Mariah May and Serena Deeb next.
Here we go. Mariah May against
Immediately following Dynamite tonight live on TBS. We are in the midst of 3 straight hours of Mariah May heads into the ring, heads into battle against a woman with designs on the AEW Women's World
It's
Championship.
pretty likely at Double or Nothing it's going to be Toni Storm and Serena Deeb for the AEW Women's World Championship. She isn't in the top 5 of the rankings, so if she wins tonight, that bumps her up even more. She would be a good champion in AEW. I can see Serena Deeb as TBS for sure.
I can't tell about the Serena Deeb though. I mean, she's been in AEW since the beginning. I'll give you that.
Competition this year. Not too long ago, was ranked number 1 in the AEW Women's Division, and so victory over Brian, which is a very good 6-2 record as well, could catapult Serena Deeb toward even closer time as Toni Storm. Yeah, no, I definitely think you're correct on that for sure.
So whatever Kenny Omega does is closing the show for sure.
This match is about to get rolling here.
It's 8:44. Well, for Dynamite it is, not Rampage. Rampage is technically the main event of the night, but on Dynamite, this is the main event, and King Omega is closing the show with whatever he's doing. Hopefully it's something good. Please something that they let us on all night. The Elite false advertised. the Young Bucks announced it, and he wasn't actually there. That'd be stupid.
King Omega is supposed to return after this match. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's got to be one. I know they're not going to. It says Dynamite. They're not going to do it in Rampage. Sky Blue as TBS champion. I'm calling it now. It's not on AEW Rampage. It could happen.
I'm sorry, but in a Manitoba Massacre match, it's more like a street fight, but it's called Massacre.
Yeah, I've seen that in the title of it.
But now, when you're on your back like that, you see
Mandatory Massacre. I'm guessing it's like a false kind of new era type match. Guessing that's what it's gonna be. Massacre, you gotta think it's gonna be a massacre. So I think Willow's probably gonna retain because they've already announced Willow and Mercedes for the TBS Championship. So I think Willow's obviously gonna lose against Mercedes. It sucks. Mercedes' first match is a championship win. But I think if Willow's just this is just to give her a title defense under her belt. She just to give her a win, get her some title defense in. That's all it's really going to be. Then Mercedes will win at Double or Nothing. But Sky Blue would be a good TBS champion, though. I could see them eventually doing that.
Look at this. Two of the top-ranked ladies here in AEW. Oh, look at that move. Serena. Slippers underneath the arms of Mariah May. Tough to get out of that, obviously. Got to be patient. There you go. If I was Serena, I would have hung on to her for a little bit longer, but she obviously had something else in mind. Oh, a little bit overzealous. Good counter.
Ooh, that was a good punch.
Mariah May, explosive elbow strike to the jaw of Serena Deeb. We found out about Mariah that she was a hard hitter from the very first time she stepped in the ring here in AEW. Mariah. Headstand. Here comes Rana out of the ropes and a drop kick.
Oh boy.
Big explosion by Mariah May, and this match continues in victory.
I don't know where she got that from. Oh, great. Picture in picture. Right before the end of the match.
Yeah. One more picture in picture.
Collision when it's supposed to come back on May 11th.
Name an ingredient you can see
Collision?
in this kind bar.
Yep.
Almonds. I see almonds right there.
Yep.
May 11th.
Almonds. It's almost
That's next Saturday.
just talking to you. Oh, here's your prize.
So next
Nice.
Saturday?
Ingredients you
Well, I mean not next Saturday. The next Saturday. Wait.
Since you've been to Panera,
No,
Wait, it's next Saturday. My bad.
sandwiches and salads.
Let me see.
More
I'm
in
telling
every
you.
bite, and more
Where is
options
May?
under $10. Come taste the new era at Panera.
Collision will be at May 11th. Yeah, that's right.
Hi, guys.
They'll be in Vancouver, Canada.
Inspire. I'm free from struggle. Ask.
They're supposed to have a packed house that night.
Inside my body. Look at this button. There we go. I'm going to get
They've already sold like 5,000 tickets to that. Which Vancouver is a place where a lot of TV shows and movies are filmed, so that's a very popular city.
And with Kisqali, I can have both. Kisqali is a pill. The wind
I keep on showing every single match on Rampage over and over again on the bottom.
You mean the bottom
Yeah,
left corner? You're right.
So I have the
I keep on showing it over and over and over and over and over
Kisqali
and
can
over.
cause lung problems or active heart, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live life, and long live you. Ask your doctor about Kisqali today. New from Ghirardelli, crunchy waffle cone pieces, enriched Ghirardelli chocolate with a luscious caramel filling. New Ghirardelli caramel waffle cone squares makes life a bite better.
AEW Dynamite continues live tonight
Now
on
we're back.
TBS. Mariah May.
Hopefully no more picture-in-pictures or commercials until Rampage.
Or until Kenny. Well, you know.
Hopefully after this match, they go straight into Kenny Omega. They'll probably have one backstage promo or something before it, just to get them out of the ring. Ooh, that was a pretty stiff net breaker.
Champion timeless Tony Storm looking on from ringside. Mariah comes underneath, swing, and now the ripcord out the back elbow of
That's gotta hurt.
Serena Deeb now. Mariah, wow, just transitions back and forth. And Deeb, the neck breaker.
Another net breaker. Thanks, Randy's fixing to close it in. Think she's fixing to pull it off. Yep, Kenny Omega returns is up next.
Return of Kenny Omega to AEW. He's been out of action with injury. Not seen him in a number of months, but he'll be back live tonight on
Kenny Omega returns is up next.
Serena. Now with those arms captured behind the back. No. Mariah sneaks underneath. The roundhouse kick avoided. Uppercut though. Caught Mariah. Full Nelson now. Back elbow though. And
Super.
suplex. Low arc on that one, Taz. Yeah, definitely snapping throw. Got a hips under her real quick under Mariah. And had that clothesline.
Oh, that was a good clothesline.
Hammerlock into the lariat. That cover. And
Pulled out something out of CM Punk's book. That's something that he does. That could be something that she does normally.
That one kind of looks familiar. Pepsi Phil? Ha!
She's a tough young lady. She can go. I agree, man. But Serena's got complete control here. And Serena maybe telegraphing no. The Serenity Lock. Maybe she was going to try that. Orion elevated up and over. Deep overcome miss. Orion using her length to land that roundhouse kick. And now Orion made to the top. Target. My goodness. Orion can get a cover on that. She's got something else in mind, I believe. Yeah, hip attack coming up. The champion, the hip attack in the corner connects. And now Orion brings it to the center. Hooks the leg, and Serena D kicking out. Serena's showing a lot of toughness kicking out. Check your calendar, because it's
Mariah May is getting some offense in.
2, no! Super close right there. Almost
She's
got
been doing this,
Mariah.
the original Tony Storm.
And Serena, like you said,
Kind of gimmick or
toughness.
attire.
Yeah, she did. Serena definitely kicking out of some of the stuff here is very impressive. But Mariah is saying, this is it. I'm finishing Serena off right now. Yeah. Timeless Tony Storm may very well find herself in a position where Mariah May is in the top slot for that championship.
Oh,
The
Serena
AEW
D
World Championship. Look at
puts her in a
Serena D
submission hold.
from this elevated position.
Pac
Mariah
does that
draws
song.
out of cover. The hook and no. Serena counters. Mariah breaks
Someone's
away.
fixing to pull off a
Swing
quick
that up,
one
and
right
Serena
here.
goes underneath and great match.
Whoa. What are we doing here?
That's how you do it. You dizzy, you
Does anyone
see
know
that
what they're
front
doing?
punch, and there it is. Serena with Mariah May disoriented. Mariah able to kick out. Very
That was
smart.
weird.
What a headbutt. Nice. Headbutt from Mariah May. Bring that T-Max suplex. Serena, she's landed hard on the back of that neck multiple times throughout the night. These ladies are bringing it towards each other big time. Yeah, great, like I said, great women's matchup. They are bringing it, Taz. Mariah, looking for that handstand. This is the second time she's tried this.
Oh.
Instead, Serena catches the leg for single leg grab.
Like what?
Drags her towards center. Mariah May in serious trouble.
This might be it.
Serena wrenching back. As Mariah digging in the elbows, trying to make that Army Quad in the ropes. Raging Mariah.
He gets the rope. It's just me pulling it back. That's probably it. Ouch.
Serena D repeatedly smashing that knee, and now wrenching back. He's trying to throw in the towel.
Ah.
She does.
Tony Storm throws the towel in. So Serena D picks up the win. It's official. It's Tony Storm versus Serena D by Double or Nothing. That was a very good women's match right there. That was really good.
congratulations on your win tonight. Are you okay? You honestly seemed a little out of sorts out there tonight.
Yeah. Just gotta say, man, as a kid from Canada, your career it's meant a lot to me. Now we share a locker room. I'm watching your matches. And what's going on with the house? I dig it. So if you ever need backup or whatever, watch it. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate that. Listen, I got Brody King next week. Dynamite. Whoa, wait, nice up here. I get it. You got Rocky Romero tonight, so good luck, okay?
Good luck with Rocky tonight.
Kyle O'Reilly
The
wants the
mutual
TNT
respect between Kyle
championship.
O'Reilly and the TNT champion Adam Copeland. And right now, let's take it down to the ring. The Raider, excuse me,
He was looking at the TNT championship quite a lot. Did Kyle O'Reilly say that he's going to be in Edge's corner next week?
Oh boy. I'm thinking the Young Bucks are going to come out though.
I don't think he's going to actually do that. They're going to be pissed off, but I don't know. Did you hear if Kyle O'Reilly is going to be in Edge's corner next week, Chris? Or if anyone knows in the comments, let me know. I want to hear that thought.
Young Bucks are going to come out or try to beat him up. You just know it.
Here. See if he's actually going to show up.
Don't tell me because I don't want to be spoiled before you tell me. I know you're only 10 seconds away from me.
He's back. Kenny's here. Kenny's not dead. No one killed Kenny this time. Kenny survived.
Yep, he's here. That's really him.
See what Kenny Omega's got to say. He's in a suit and tie.
Well, he's got a suit, but not a tie on.
It'd be bad if he announces his retirement tonight. Wouldn't that be bad?
Everyone is standing.
Here we go. We're fixing to be on Rampage, but I want to see what Kenny Omega's got to say. Guess I'm available now.
that DNA. I can't.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Matthew and Nicholas. rival Kenny
Got
Omega.
Okada and
So
Kenny
don't
Omega
know
in the
Okada is
AEW
part
ring.
of the new elite, part of Myth
Very
Matthew
weird to
Nicholas
see.
Jackson's deal there. Hey, basically took Kenny's place.
They're just wasting TV time at this point. How are they doing anything? He's gonna hit them both down over.
Oh no.
He's spitting out, but he's not spitting out blood yet.
Oh no. What is wrong with these penises? Kenny's like a brother to them. It's unbelievable. Remember they said the ironclad contract. They can't be fired for this. Hang on here. They're the top guys. Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. I don't think I ever thought I'd see it coming to the aid of Kenny Omega.
FTR.
They couldn't stand it anymore. They did the right thing. Dax and Cash did the right thing here. Well, thankfully, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler intervened, but our medical staff checking on Kenny Omega fans. Don't go anywhere because Rampage starts now live on TBS. We are live with AEW Rampage here on TBS, but the damage may have been done by the Elite, Tony. A week ago, we saw what they did to Tony Khan, and now what they're doing to Kenny
Oh
Omega.
boy.
I get it going in the ring, but he is not well. He's not well at all.
Yeah. All hell broken
We talked
loose.
about how Matthew and Nicholas Jackson were like brothers with Kenny Omega, and then for them to allow Jack Perry to hit Kenny in the abdomen with that chair, then the EVP trigger. Yeah, they don't care. No, they don't. And you know what? I don't care if I'm fined or not. This has got to stop. This absolutely has to stop. Obviously, we have another more action still to come tonight on Rampage. A series of tremendous matches, but right now, I mean, this is a serious. Yeah, thing. I know. This guy, Kenny's in bad shape here, guys. He is.
This is like WCW. What they're doing with the structure. I remember in WCW, they didn't know what the heck they were doing. They were putting straps on, putting spank.
For those that
Yeah,
don't
they didn't
know,
know what they were doing.
diverticulitis has a very serious,
But these look like real people,
serious
though.
issue with the internal organs, with the intestines.
Yeah, they can get that separate
And
off.
that's why
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talked about having.
They just wrapped him up on his feet and then his chest. And then he looked like MJF. They put a whole
Even under the best of circumstances,
oxygen thing on him. And
you can lose part of your colon. That's what you can do with diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis.
If you were just joining us here tonight for Rampage, let's take you back moments ago. Kenny Omega made his return here in his hometown of Winnipeg, was addressing the crowd, was confronted by Kazuchika Okada, but it was all seemingly a setup for Jack Perry. This was a plot from the beginning. Jack Perry, we've seen how he's been sneaking. This is what Kenny Omega is trying his best to fend them off. It was a full-blown setup, and there's the shot. Billy Blow with that chair and the EVP trigger. And I mean, we just hope that Kenny's okay. And I think the dangerous thing about that chair, Taz, correct me if I'm wrong, though, is that the blunt force trauma that Kenny talked about to the midsection can cause a rupture. Yeah. And, can, I believe, maybe even lead to sepsis. Yeah, it's a very scary situation. And right now, we see our medical team bringing Kenny to the ambulance. And, oh, no, come on. Somebody's got to put a stop to this. There's no one that can
What's
stop
going on now?
Oh, shit.
FTR trying
It's not over. All hell is being broken loose. Yeah, we take out FTR now.
Just go away. Get that. Look who it is.
They're going to attack Kenny again. They're going to kill Kenny.
Just business. I'm sorry, dude. We gotta change the world, right? We gotta change the world, right? Sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Dumping out everything. Yeah.
Check on someone. Check on him.
As if the chair to the midsection wasn't bad enough.
Damn.
We call the police, guys.
He's bleeding. I think he's bleeding now.
Kenny Omega, obviously.
We're going to kill Kenny.
I assume eventually going to be taken to the hospital. And Daddy Magic, welcome to the desk. I wish you could be joining us under better circumstances. We've got children crying back here.
I like how they're dragging this out.
The action continues.
This is what WCW would do with Bobby Heenan and Tony Schiavone. That's what they would do. They just drag stuff out and be dramatic. And it's good storytelling the way you do it, though. It's really entertaining the way they're doing it.
This is getting way out of hand in AEW.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't. I know you're laughing about this, Connor. I don't know if you're laughing with it or at it.
Just, it was a dramatic part of it. Tony Schiavone and It's Calvin and Taz and this and that.
I mean, I don't know.
What do you guys think about it? I'm not laughing at it. I thought this was a great way to continue the story. I wish we would have gotten a better in detail about the EVP stuff, but I think Kenny Omega is cleared. Or maybe not cleared, but he's cleared to do some in-ring action because someone with diverticulitis they would not have in the ring. No way they would have him doing anything. But he took some bumps. He actually did some stuff in the ring. Not too much, but he did some stuff that he normally would do. He tried to do a one-winged angel. He did some moves with Jack Perry. He took some bumps. I'm thinking he's getting near cleared than we expect, maybe. I don't know if he is not, but I also think they would have him doing anything if he was that bad off. I think they had to get some clearance to do that. If not, they can get sued for that. If you want to know about it. I love the way they continue the story. It's got you what's going to happen next week. You know, we didn't get any answers about the EVP stuff, but he did say that they're not the only EVPs. He's an EVP as well. Like, he can't be fired, just like they can't be fired. But yeah, it was a very dramatic ending. I like the ending. I thought it was very good. What did you think about the ending, Chris? To Dynamite.
I know it's a storyline and all that, though, and you know, it's as Mr. Jacobs always tells me and tells everyone on the podcast, it's real to me, damn it.
Yeah, it's.
But I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know what else though. Those I mean, at first the Young Bucks were great, but now they're just turning into drunks. Well, with power and all that though, they can't be fired and all that. I don't know. I shouldn't say this though, but they're even worse than Vince Russo.
Damn. Yeah, they definitely give you those Vince McMahon like heelish vibes.
I don't think we should say his name on this podcast. I mean, I know
it's still like trouble. Well, Vince, it's got that corporate level feel to it. That they're above everyone, and like a corporate level heel. That's what they're playing.
Well, Vince Russo is more like a WCW storytelling guy. We already know that.
They took out Kenny. They took out FTR. They flipped him over by the ambulance.
Now he's got a ticking time bomb on him, and we don't know what's going to happen.
He could pass away for all we know tonight.
Well, anyway, Connor. I know. Well, anyway, Connor. I don't know. I don't know if I should take more of this though, and all that though for tonight. I know you told me to join for Rampage. I'll give you that.
We're not doing Rampage. Just doing it a little bit because I'm now, but Daniel ADT's on colors Kyle. They did tease it. Did Kyle O'Reilly tell Edge that he was going to be in his corner next week?
Well, if the House of Black interfered,
so there's a chance he might do something. Next week they did come, just like I said. What I said happened. It's going to be Edge versus Brody King next week for the TNT Championship. Edge is going to win that. And then by next week, we should get the confirmation of Kenny Omega. We should get the confirmation of Edge versus Malachi Black for the TNT Championship. And then it would make sense for, Malachi to win. Yeah. And now, since we got Kyle O'Reilly in the picture, what if Kyle O'Reilly costed Edge the title at Double or Nothing? What if he turns heel and costs him the title? Maybe not. But
do you think Kyle O'Reilly might have a chance to join the House of Black?
I don't think he'll join the House of Black. He'd probably be on his own. I just think him it could be the movement.
We're looking for adults.
We don't know what's going to happen with Kenny. I don't know if he's going to be on next week or if this was a one-off or what's going to happen. But he's going to the hospital right now.
Well, storyline hospital or real hospital, I don't know.
He could die for all we know tonight. This could be the last televised appearance of Kenny Omega on national television,
through age 45 that can
thanks
help
to what
protect
the
against
Elite
certain HPV-related cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers such as throat and back and mouth
well,
cancers.
we wish
and genital warts.
Kenny Omega,
Gardasil
our
9
thoughts and
doesn't
prayers
protect
with Kenny
everyone who
Omega.
doesn't treat cancer or HPV
Uh,
infection. These diseases may have many causes.
I love how they
Your doctor
drag that
may
out. That's
recommend screening for
WCW,
certain HPV
Jim Ross, Jay
cancers.
White. That's how they would do it. I like how they did that. Very dramatic.
You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you're allergic to the vaccine, its ingredients, or yeast.
Watching.
Tell
Hey,
your
Brenda.
weakened immune system
What I
are
said
pregnant
earlier
or
happened, though.
The most
Brody
common
King
side
and Edge is
effects include
happening
injection
next
site
week. Did I not
reactions,
say that?
headache, fever,
I said
nausea,
that
tiredness,
I did say that
diarrhea,
was going to happen.
abdominal
It
pain,
happened.
and sore throat.
And I'm saying
Fainting can also happen.
Malachi is going to beat. They're not going to have him
Protect
beat all
yourself
three
against
members.
certain
They're not doing
HPV-related
that.
cancers.
Just
Talk
go
to a
back
doctor
and
or
look at the
pharmacist.
history of AEW. I mean, if you've been watching AEW
The new
for quite a
$1.99
while, you
Sonic
know
Fizz
that
Nintendo
they've done
wraps
this
are here
before.
for a limited time
They've
in
done
bold
this
flavors,
whole
like hickory
story
barbecue
before
or
with
cheesy
different
baba.
people
Give
that they
yourself
beat two
some
members of a
chills.
faction,
Tender
and then they
love.
lose
Chicken.
the
For
big
only
one.
$1.99.
They've done it before.
Sonic Crispy Tender Wraps.
It's nothing new. They did it with Jericho, I think.
Tostitos hint of lime flavor
Um,
hits. It
I don't know.
changes
They've
It
done
takes your
this
snack game
before.
up a notch.
For
With a
this
tangy,
season.
It's great to see you too, Brenda.
Tostitos. Get to the good stuff. Now, ADT professionally installs.
I'm talking about the past. Storyline wise, they've done this exact same story before, where they've had someone will beat, like they'll beat certain members of a faction, and then when it comes time to the big match, that person loses. They've done this before,
Now I sleep with
and they're doing it
Inspire.
again,
Inspire.
and it's just going to be the same outcome. Like,
Just
just go out through wrestling
Learn
history.
more
This has
at
happened
safety
before.
information at Inspire
Like, they've
Safety.
done this in
2
every
seconds.
wrestling promotion in history. Like, they've done this story.
space.
If they do have all three members of House of Black
Or
lose,
skip the hassles and
please
sell
let
directly to
Malachi leave
when
AEW
life
at that
stores
point.
happen.
Free Malachi Black. I want to see him back in WWE where he belongs,
Welcome back to a
and
special
let them use him
broadcast
better.
AEW Rampage here on
Because they're just
TBS. We
going
are
to
live
have
from
him lose
Canada Life Center,
again.
Winnipeg,
Just
Manitoba,
please free
as
Malachi
Jay
Black.
White,
Let him
Dante
leave. Let him
Martin
leave
going
this hostage
one-on-one, Tony
place.
Schiavone joining myself, Nick
But
Scala, as well,
I
and Danny
think Tony's
Magic
going to have him win.
Jay White has been
Because
in
we've seen
control
this
for the
story
last few
before,
months, Danny Magic.
and
He
we know
certainly
how
has
it
been right
ends.
there. As you see the tape
Yeah.
It's happened in
Well,
WWE, WCW, TNA, AEW. It's happened everywhere. That's just the course of wrestling history.
I think we can say for Jay White that he is probably as complete a pro
Yeah,
wrestler as
WCW
on
was
everything he does
towards the end.
with
It was.
such precision, and he's showing his why here.
Yeah, that was
tonight.
pretty much it for our
Crowd has been
Dynamite live reaction.
great all night, every time.
We're not going to do
Come to
Rampage
Winnipeg,
else
I
put
believe
up there.
they are still stunned,
It
still
was a pretty good
reeling
episode, I
from
thought.
the attack. Multiple
It was a
attacks
bit
on
stepped
Kenny
down
Wayne.
from last week. Last week I gave it like an 8.99 out of 10. This week I'm going to give Dynamite I'm going to give it a 7.9 out of 10. What do you think, Chris?
I think I'm gonna have to give this. I don't know. I don't know what rating is it though, since Kenny Omega is now completely hurt, thanks to Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. So I'm just gonna have to go the same with Connor on this one.
Dante back Jay up to the corner.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent. 7.9 out of 10. It wasn't the best episode. It wasn't the worst. They definitely had the lows and highs. The crowd was dead for most of the show. If you listen to the crowd, it was a dead crowd the entire night, really. The Kenny Omega, but I will say in certain spots, the crowd was louder than others. Like the Swerve stuff, the crowd was pretty hot. The Kenny Omega stuff, of course, the crowd was hot. The Jericho stuff, sort of. That's the hometown hero, Omega and Jericho. What else? Yeah, certain spots the crowd was hotter than other moments they were just dead. Like it was, you could hear a penny drop. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. I love how they opened with the story and they ended with the story. It's 2 weeks in a row they've done that now. Last week they opened with Orange Cassidy and all that, and they closed with the Elite Tony Khan. This week they opened with Swerve and they closed with the Elite and King Omega. I like how they did that. They did that. 80s to Cruising Vision.
Jay White's taking on Dante Martin right here.
Yeah, I haven't seen Saray in a while. Yeah, definitely check us out for tomorrow's Talking Elite. Adam did not specifically say a topic, but he said you all have to find out when we do it. But there will be a Talk in the Elite. I have some idea of what it's going to be, but I'm not going to say. Yeah, we got Talking Elite tomorrow night. Should be a fun episode. As you guys know, Friday there is no Rampage, so we're not going to do a Rampage. We possibly might be doing a SmackDown live reaction on the Worldwide of Wrestling podcast. Me and Mr. Jacobs do that. We might be over there for SmackDown. And there's no Collision Saturday, as we talked about earlier. We'll be back next Tuesday for AZ Canada and all that. Yeah, tonight was a pretty good night. Great to have Chris back. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Talking Elite.
And I'll be back next Wednesday. So, as the words of Star Wars, may the Force be with you.